Welcome to another edition of Antlers, watching giant antlers grow. We don't have many antlers to watch. We started with a little bit more than we ended up with. We've had different kinds of weather all week too. So let's just start looking at when we started with sleet and snow on the ground, start of the week, and we end up with rain. So we went through warm, cold, warm, cold. But we've had quite a week, and we've got rid of just about all the antlers. Let's get after it. Well, the deer have showed up. A real quick look at Fat Boy there. That's him behind that tree. If we can get him to move out, or we will move a little bit. And we see that, yep, still there. So we at least start. Oh, no, that's not him. That is Fat Boy, isn't it? Now, wait a minute here. No, I think that is the other Fat Boy, maybe. I don't know. This is Fat Boy right there. And that antler's still showing, yes. I thought I saw, as I looked down there from inside, I thought I saw an antler. He still has that left antler. The right size as we're looking at him right here. And there's 5 or 6 bucks down there. I think all 6 of the house bucks are down there. The house bucks, the brotherhood, the boys of the eagle, and call them a lot of things. But they're hanging around, trying to get a bite to eat. The feeder's thrown South Fresh feed out on top of the ice. So that's good. That's very good. Fat Boy, getting fatter, but still has that one antler hanging in there. There is Fat Boy. Fat Boy still holding on to that one antler. I'm telling you, isn't that something? I mean, he lost that thing over a week ago, maybe 10 days ago. I have to maybe look back and see. I don't really have time to look back. I only have time to look forward. But if you will look, Fat Boy is just hanging on to that antler. And I have not found that side. I've looked a little bit. You know, last week it was down really, really cold, single-digit chill temperatures, and so I didn't run around too much with Benelli. Benelli's eyes are watering a little bit. She's got a little cold. Jimmy's probably got a little cold as well. But and I'm telling you what he's doing there. That buck that's just coming out right there has been over there eating the alfalfa. Alfalfa is back over there in that alleyway right there, that little lean-to you see barely out there. The alfalfa, you remember we put there. And so these deer have alfalfa on demand. Apache still puts some alfalfa out there around the feeder every day. But they really don't need that because they can come in there and get that alfalfa all they want. But now there'll be some other wild deer come around as we kind of zoom over there, pan over there, I guess you say. You'd think a guy that's been doing television for 46 years would know the terminology. As we pan over there, we see 3 deer feeding at the feeder. One with all the white on his head is our old deer, probably the oldest deer that's ever lived on this ranch. That's TC, Thundercloud. And Thundercloud is getting on up there in years. We're going to watch perhaps his last antlers grow just because of his age. Who knows? Who knows how long Thundercloud might live? But he's over there. But they have got alfalfa on demand, and they help themselves. And that's what's going on out here in the front. That's where Fat Boy and that other buck had been. So the rains are coming tonight. That's what they say. Maybe an inch. That's all we got last year in February was 1.1 inch. And that's all we had for January and February combined last year. We're ahead of the game. We're going to have to be quick to get a look. But there is a deer out there that has both antlers. That's right. There he is right there. I'll zoom in on him as good as I can. Benelli's out here, and he spooked a Benelli. But you can see right there Well, you can't see. There, you can see it just a little bit. He was at the feeder. And it could be Ranger. There you see him going right there, and then there is the other fat boy with only one still. So we have one more morning at least. This is a lousy photography, I know, guys, but we know that Melbourne will hang around. We can get plenty of good looks at him, but I'd like to get a look at the other one if we can. There's a deer without any antlers. And you can see horns sticking up below the hill. That deer's gonna run off. It's over to the left of that tree. Just like hunting, head behind a tree. I see a couple deers laying off out there. I guess that's just one deer laying way off out there. The feeder hasn't gone off yet this morning. They're just simply waiting around. Yeah, I guess that's just one laying way off out there. Probably look around. There's more deer. TC right there. He's got all that white up on his forehead. It's another smaller buck right there with both antlers. So those are wild deer in here this morning. There's the other buck in between those trees. Look in between those trees there. And you see him there. He's moving to the right. There's the other small buck. Looks like that might be a 6-point. Now they're all behind the trees, except Fat Boy. Kind of a nice little sight there this morning. Do they know they're behind the trees there? Or does that just happen accidentally? I've often wondered that out hunting. You see a deer and they stand right behind it with their head right behind a tree for a long, long time. It's 3 bucks, 5 antlers. Yeah, not 5 full sets, 2.5 full sets. And that's the biggest one of all. TC developed him a white halo, is what somebody said. He's no angel, I promise you. Duck hunting on the river still. I don't even know when duck season ends. Got to be pretty soon. 2 nice bucks visiting this morning. I love it. Yes, I do. It's going to get warmer today. Chilly out here this morning, but it's going to be up, might get to 60. If you want a real close-up look at the deer without any antlers, that's exactly what they look like. There is one that does have antlers. Fat Boy's going to come up here and get really, really close. He's going to have to get close if he wants to eat, because I didn't throw the feed out very far. These boys come up here and just enjoying themselves. Fat Boy's, are you Melbourne? Huh? Are you Melbourne? Are you Melbourne? You look like Melbourne. I don't know if you are or not. He's got that one horn up there, so he's coming up really, really close. I'm talking this guy's close. This is what it's all about. Yeah, he has no tag. It could be Melbourne. It could be a pure wild deer. Just a pure wild deer that's tamed up enough to come up here within 4 or 5 feet of me. Within 4 or 5 feet. That's amazing. The other 4, we're missing 1 buck here this evening. That really doesn't mean anything. He's out running around somewhere. The wind has died down some, but it's still pretty windy. But that other boy's liable to show up anytime. He hears me out here talking. They know my voice. And that's pretty right there. Pretty soon we'll watch those antlers grow. Yes, we will. It is a gorgeous Sunday morning. And we have bald-headed bucks. I about got a bald-headed boss here. Bald-headed bucks out there. There's actually 5 or 6 of them right there. I have not seen, unless he's one of those guys right there, and I zoom in on just a little bit. I have not seen, oh, that's a, looks like it could be Ranger up there. Got those big white around his eyes. Beautiful. Look at that buck. Just absolutely gorgeous. TC. Ooh. Ooh, and there is Fat Boy. One antlered Fat Boy is still hanging on to those antlers. There's another deer back behind. There's another deer off to the right. Over there, somewhere. Saw him over there somewhere. So here we are on a Sunday morning. Chris is still in bed. It's early. We gotta get up early to allow a couple hours to take her to get her ready, get myself ready to go to church. We'll be going to Midway Hills this weekend. In the last couple of weeks, I've been working and have gone to Keys Baptist Church. Had a great time there. Golly, that's a beautiful buck. I believe that is Ranger. Ranger left when he was a little boy. Might have got stolen by another doe and raised. That happens, particularly with triplets. It happens with twins also. Deer are like humans. They do some things that are a little surprising at times. I think there's a half a dozen bucks out there. I haven't seen but 5. Come here, Benelli. Come here, baby doll. Come here, Benelli. Yeah, you don't need to go out there. You don't need to go out there. I know they've been nice to you so far, but you're getting bigger. Yeah, come on back here. Come on back here. Atta girl. Atta girl. Yeah. She is really curious of those deer. I hope he drops that horn close by. I sure do. Benelli, come here. She's going out there. Come on, baby. Come on back. All right, let's see what we've got going on this morning, on this beautiful morning. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 deer, so it looks like we've got all the bucks. We've got some wind blowing. I know there's a lot of wind noise. I can't really, I've got some other stuff in my hand here. I've got some banana peelings and some potato chips that was getting a little old. The main thing I want to look at is there is Mr. Fat Boy, still with that one antler hanging in there really good. We've put some alfalfa out here for them this morning. You can see they're working on that alfalfa. We've got a couple of does up here. There's a beautiful doe right there with TC, Fat Boy. Another beautiful doe right there. And I think that's a buck back there in the back. I think that is the other Fat Boy. It's got all the white around his eyes, which very well could be Ranger. He's a beautiful deer. I'm gonna go up here and kind of throw things out, and I'm gonna throw a little food out there too. They pretty much have eaten all that plate and stuff out there. It's got some potatoes in it, a potato that I baked and didn't eat, and then I baked it again. I guess that's a twice baked potato, huh? Yeah, I'll throw out a little food. But mainly wanted to get a little quick look at Fat Boy there. Fat Boy is, now he lost that other horn like a week ago. And then back there in the back is another beautiful buck that is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at the body on him. And that's a possibility that that's Ranger. He's got that white around his eyes. We've got bucks right here close by. You move your camera, Jimmy, you better change your zoom. I'm not a cameraman, I'm a country fisherman. Exactly what I am, a country fisherman. That girl right there, that's a boy. I was gonna say that girl right there is pretty, but it's not, it's a boy. It's a guy. We've got all guys up here, yeah. 6 and 2. 2, 4, 6, and 2 does. 8 deer total. On a beautiful but cool day, try to block some of that wind noise off if I can there. I know I hate wind noise on videos, but sometimes I just got to walk out here and shoot without putting a microphone on. We'll have a microphone on later today. Lots of work to do. We still have sleet on the ground. Looks like snow, frozen sleet, covering nice. It is all going away today. Praise the Lord, we have rain coming next week. Okay, I'm gonna try to talk real low. zoom out there. Where did they go? Oh, there they are right there. I've seen a lot of buck fights. There's a squirrel. I've seen a lot of buck fights. I'm talking really lowly because I want to get that fight in, not disturb them where they will stop fighting. That's about as long a fight as I've seen. I mean, they are having, it's real windy, but the house is protecting us from the wind. That is a tremendous fight. And they won't quit. I mean, those bucks won't quit. There's too many trees between me and them, but you can see what's going on there. That is amazing, amazing stuff right there. My word. There's other deer running around watching. I don't know where they all are, but I've seen several other deer run by. I haven't paid much attention to them. And they're probably at least 100 yards away from where they were when I first started videoing them. They fought for 2 or 3 minutes while I was talking on the phone to Ken. And I said, I gotta get off this phone and video these. But it is amazing. I mean, it's amazing. That is the darndest fight. And it's all a fist fight, or foot fight, I guess you'd say. A hoof fight. They're wiping each other pretty good. Jumping up on each other. I don't know really which 2 bucks that are. It kind of looks a little bit like Fat Boy and TC, which are the 2 dominant bucks. Look at this, look at this. Golly. Somebody's got to cut and run. There's another deer run in right there. Running around. That might be what they're fighting over. That's probably a pretty girl. Boys do stuff like that. And I believe that might be TC. TC's outweighs him, but not a whole lot as big as Fat Boy is. Fat Boy's not as tall. I don't think that deer's got an antler. Fat Boy might have lost his antler. That might have been why TC decided to have a battle, because since he doesn't have an antler, we'll just have a hoof fight and see what happens, see who's the boss. Look at them go, though. I mean, they just continually, they just keep fighting. They keep getting further and further away from us. I don't have a tripod. I'm holding this. I'm out on 9, so I apologize for the poor video. But look at that. Look at that. Somebody's got to cut and run. TC got on top of him and knocked him down and was stomping him a minute ago. And, you know, some of the bucks that we lose here that disappear, that's exactly what happens to them. They either get whipped and completely leave the territory and won't come back, or they get killed in the fight. And, you know, we lost Ot 6 this year and have not seen him in forever. Of course, he may show back up. He only had 1 antler, though. Might have gotten a bad fight, and they will fight to the death. Those right there seem like that they might. There's another deer running in there and want to get involved in it. I've seen 2 or 3 other deer running around there while that fight's going on. This fight's going on to 10 or 15 minutes. Another deer. I just wonder what happened if I would walk out there. They might decide they want to fight me, huh? Look at that. I'm telling you, I've never in my life seen a buck fight of antlerless deer. Of course, if you were just watching and you didn't have any way to really zoom in, which I'm zoomed to 9, they're out there 150, 200 yards. There's the other 2 deer running around out there, 2 other deer running around with them. Those 2, uh-oh, one of them's gonna finally cut and run. They'll finally cut and run. Finally give up. The bigger of the 2 deer gave up. And I think that might be TC. So we may have a new dominant buck in the house. TC's old, but once he grows those antlers back, it may be a new ball game. There is, and that may be Fat Boy might have lost that other antler. And because of that, Thundercloud might have decided to still try to establish his dominance. I don't know. My golly, that Fat Boy's still wanting some more, isn't he? He is wanting some more. Well, that was really interesting. My goodness.